My friend, I'm going to attempt to do something that's not often done, and that's just speak truth, speak from my heart. So I'm not going to try to manipulate your emotions. I'm not going to try to overdo it with hype and excitement. You're my friend, and life can be challenging. I don't know exactly where you are, but I do know that we face hard things. I also know, based on looking in the eyes of literally hundreds of men, that we as men have lost something. Most of us have lost hope that we can be more. A lot of us have lost sight of the things that really matter most. A lot of us have lost like that core piece of us, our heart, our strength, our confidence. And we've lost the ability to connect with each other on a deep level, an honest, true level, where we're able to say the things that are challenging. So many of you know this. About 10 years ago, I chose to go to school and become a therapist. And what a lot of you don't know is the motivation behind that. Some of you know the struggles I was facing at the time, and the desires I had. But what really made me even think that direction was two of my really good friends were going through hard things, and they did open up to me about it. And I didn't understand, and I certainly didn't know how to help. I tried, but I may have made some things worse. And unfortunately, those friendships were damaged and haven't been the same ever since. But I still care about those men, and I wanted to know how to help them or others like them. And at that time, I myself wasn't doing amazing. We had just had our first child, and my marriage was up and down, and I was struggling with different things. I had started to maybe the beginnings of an addiction that did progress into a full-blown addiction. But I wanted to combat that. I knew that there was something more to me, right? Like for all of us, there's something more. I remember this experience I had that really might highlight what I'm after with this Rise of a King experience. So this was actually just a few years back after our third child was born. And it was just one of those times where, life was heavy. My wife's pregnancy, Shaylee, she'd been really sick that pregnancy. I was building a new business. I had left a clinic I was at and started the beginnings of the Rise. I actually was just kind of still figuring it out. And those times where it's just overwhelming. Like you're not sure that you're headed in the right direction. You're not sure that the path you're taking is going to lead where you want to go. And I just was like, I got to figure something out. And so, as I often do, I told Shayla, I'm like, I got to go clear my head. I got to go get some strength. And I went up to the mountains nearby, and I'm on this path, and I'm walking. I'm not very far in, and I just kind of collapsed to my hands and knees, not because of physical exhaustion from the hike, but just overwhelmed, right? Like I wasn't where I wanted to be. I wasn't being who I wanted to be, and I lost perspective. I lost sight of what was possible, and it just felt too heavy. It was just too heavy, right? And so I'm there, hands in the dirt, and just I don't know where to go. And I hear this noise, and I kind of look off in the distance, and around the bend, like I'm on this path, and around the bend, I see this lion, this mountain lion, come around the corner. And that feeling of fear and awe combined in my mind. And I just kind of watched as this lion approaches me. And as it gets closer, I realize I can't run. So I just sit there. It gets closer. and closer and closer. And it puts its head up against mine, and instantly I feel this power, this strength, this confidence just like burst through my body, almost like feeling what it feels like to know who I truly am and what I'm capable of. And in my mind, I hear this: look, listen, this is for you. And as I'm sitting there with this lion against my head, I begin to remember what I'm capable of. I have flash in my mind the challenges I've faced, the things I've overcome. I have flash in my mind the times where I've fallen face down in the dirt, and I've pushed myself back up. And those times where I couldn't push myself back up, all I could do was reach up and grab the hand of someone else, hold on to their belief, their strength, their courage. And many of you have been that for me. Many of you men have had the courage to open up to me about things you've faced, and you've been a safe place for me to open up. And if you've ever had a time in your life where something changes in an instant, right? That was one of those for me. I went from hopeless and heavy to this kind of clarity of purpose, really. And in my mind, this, I don't want to call it a voice, this thought, this idea, it said, Austin, you have to rise like a king. And I've thought about that experience numerous times, and what it means to be a king, and am I supposed to be a king? Are you supposed to be a king? And I think the answer is yes. Many of us have fought hard battles. We've faced hard things. You've done what a lot of men won't do. You've likely committed to a woman, had some children, you're providing, you're caring for them. And very few of us were really truly prepared for what that would take, right? We're kind of naive to the burdens of being a man. And probably some of that being naive is good, because if we have our eyes completely open, maybe we don't choose this path. But here we are. And the way forward is up. And it will continually be up if you're a man who wants to progress. So as I have that shift in my body, this idea of like being a king comes to mind, and I'm feeling the power of the lion, I'm feeling the strength. The lion kind of pulls back, and I'm still a little in awe, and it kind of walks off, and I raise my head and open my eyes, and I look to where the lion should be, and there's nothing there. And again, to my mind, look, listen, this is for you. And there was no lion there, but the feeling as if a lion was against my head was so strong, so real, that I can see a picture of a lion and it can shift me into strength. It becomes like a trigger, right? We know about negative triggers. Something happens and it shifts everything inside of us. We're now in fear, we're now angry, we're now, anxious or whatever. But there's these other things that happen that can shift us just as quickly into power, into strength, into confidence. And realistically, that's what the rise is meant to be. Over the past 10 years, I've had the opportunity as a therapist to help in the unimaginable things that happen to people. And I won't go into that here, but I have been with people who are facing the hardest of challenges. And we can face things disempowered with heavy emotions, or we can face things with confidence, with courage, with faith. Either way, we're facing them. My goal, my hope is to face them with you and with power. And so The thing that you've been invited into, this Rise of a King experience, the whole goal is for you to feel at a deep level what you're capable of. Now, some of you aren't in darkness, you're not facing challenges. Many of you are highly successful. There's another level for you. There's a lot of dangers for men who are successful. We get bored, we get complacent, and we stop pushing. The Rise, this idea, this philosophy, is about ongoing progression. You will face challenges, as I will. And the idea here is that we can continue to gain strength, so when we do face it, we're not doing it alone, and we're in tune with our strength as we do it. Hi. So, I hope that you'll continue on this journey. I'm excited to do a couple of events. There's the one at Big Canyon Ranch and the one at Sundance. Now, the main thing isn't a little getaway, a little retreat. What I want to do is guide you through a process I've learned over the past several years. We call it a breakthrough process. I have people come into town, into St. George, where I'm currently living. This is a frequent thing. They pay $2,500 for a day with me to guide them through a breakthrough process. I want to have you come and be guided through that process. I've learned a lot of things over the past 10 years, a lot of high-level therapeutic things based on neuroscience and research and all these things, and literally there's nothing more powerful than what I've seen in the breakthrough process. This isn't about giving you more information, it's about unlocking what's already inside. When I look in your eyes, I see something more. There's more to you, my friend. And those that you love need that more of you. Now, some of you have experienced this. You've come to Rise Week, you've sat in my office, and while these experiences are highly impactful, we need it regularly. So you'll be introduced to an app. And I won't go too much into detail that here, but throughout the course of the Rise of the King experience, you'll be introduced to the app and the tools in the app, all again meant to help you experience your strength and to use it in your life. Now, I've known for a long time how to be a good husband, how to be a good father. I know how to light up my wife's life. I know how to repair damage. I know how to help marriages heal. I know how to unlock the strength of men. Us knowing what to do and us actually doing it are two completely different things. So I often picture the path I'm on, the direction I want to head in my life, or the direction I'm heading. And it's as if I've got a backpack on my shoulders. I've got all my gear inside. I know how to get to the top. I have the map. I have the experience. I know I'm strong enough. But I know it still will be challenging to climb up a mountain. And that's where a lot of us are. We have something we want to do. Perhaps this is something like conquering an addiction. Maybe it's facing a chronic, ongoing problem. Maybe you've got children with medical issues. Maybe a spouse has cancer. Maybe you have lost a loved one. Like, the list goes on and on with the challenges of life. And oftentimes we feel that we aren't capable. I will help you know to your core what you are capable of. Then the choice becomes, am I going to climb the mountain? And the cool thing about what we're doing here is we're not climbing alone. So I've invited 125 men. I have, I don't know, at least 1,000 men in my phone. I looked through every one, actually several times. I had a list of men that I wanted to be connected to. And you're on the list, my friend. I've thought about you often lately. I don't know everything you're going through. We may not have talked for a long time, but what I do know is I care about you. You're a good man with a good heart, and the world needs your strength. And if I can help unlock that, I would love to. So 125 of you have received an invitation. Inside that invitation is 3 more invitations. You'll have the opportunity between when you receive this and next Monday. So I don't even know the date today. It's Friday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. If you live in Utah, you'll likely get your invitation. If you're out of the state, you'll get it Monday. I'd like you to, by Monday night, Tuesday night, think of 3 men who you want to be connected to on a deeper level, who you see their strength, and send them the invite. Do as I did. Text them, ask them their address, tell them you have something you want to send them, put it in the mail. So 125 of you, Big Canyon Ranch. I know it's only in 2 weeks, and I know it's not very much money. I wouldn't look at this as, oh, this is a little get together. Now, I honestly have not charged you anything more than what it costs to be up there. You're my friends. I'm not interested in selling you on anything. So Big Canyon Ranch, $175. There's an option that you'll see if you click forward to join me at Big Canyon Ranch on the 9th, 10th, and 11th, and to join me in a 6-week experience that guides you past the things that have held you back so you can take the steps to the top of the mountain. Now, if you can't make Big Canyon Ranch, you'll also see a Sundance option that's in mid-July. Both of those aren't about a little getaway. What they're about is experience of massive breakthrough. And so I just want to share, like, this is not a, $10 thing. The process that I want to share with you, I mentioned earlier, I charged $2,500 for. There's literally people who pay $20,000 for 1 day from my mentor. Now you have to ask yourself, how badly do you want what you say you want? Because I want an amazing marriage. I want to be a really good father. I want to help men to help their wives and to help their children. What am I willing to do to make that a reality? What are you willing to do to make that a reality? Now, the cool thing about this is you'll be connected to not a bunch of men who are in the same struggle as you. I've been a part of those. I've been a part of groups, communities of men where we're all struggling the same. And while it's nice to be connected, it's kind of like the blind leading the blind, right? This isn't that. I've invited 125 men with different experiences, different strengths, and you have access to that. Now, my hope in you coming here is that you will see this as an opportunity to share your strength, to gain the strength of others, and to have tools that I'll introduce to you that help you on a daily basis, that can shift you out of whatever mindset, whatever emotional state you're in. And really my hope is to help you connect to your higher self. You can call it your spirit, your soul. But if you can live from that place, that higher you, that king inside, the things that you want to accomplish will come, and you'll choose bigger challenges. So I've embraced the fact that I may always struggle in some way. I may always periodically find myself hands down in the dirt, pushing myself up from falling, because I will continually climb bigger mountains, push myself with bigger challenges. Now, this isn't about just repairing one area or strengthening one area of life. Life is complex. There's complexities. And being able to be a multi-dimensional man who's knocking it out of the park in all areas, right? Some of us, we do really well with our physical body, or we do really well with our career or making money. We're really good dads, or we're really good husbands. Maybe certain aspects of our relationships are really strong and others aren't. And for too many of us, we've accepted mediocrity in some areas. My goal for me and my hope for you is that we make a commitment to take it to the next level in all areas. Can I strengthen my relationship? Some of us need to repair our relationships. Can I connect deeper with my wife, with my kids? Can I show up to my career with more power, more passion, and increase my income? Can I do better with money? Can I engage my wife in a way where she wants to improve our sexual relationship and and have deeper intimacy, right? Can I get my body in shape? Can I get my mind in shape? Can I get my emotions in check, right? I've been trying to overcome certain things for a long time, and I know how to do it. I know how to live the way that I want to live. What it comes to day after day is a choice. So this video is about 20 minutes. I'll give you loads and loads and loads of information. I don't want to do that here. What I want to do is invite you in to something amazing. I want you to help me found a movement. Come into the Rise. Join me in the Rise of a King experience. Come to one of these events, and if you can't, join the experience still. And there will be an opportunity for other events down the road. Again, you're my friend. I have no interest in selling you on anything. The platform that we run this on costs a lot of money because I wanted something that worked. I have learned lots and lots of tools, and they only work if I have access to them. And so I had a platform built, and I'm actually having another app built that will coincide with the Rise Life app to have empowerment in your pocket. So the two apps combined, I pay for them yearly. They cost about 40 grand yearly. You have access to that. And I want you to be a part of this. There will be opportunity to invite more people down the road. But let's start with getting together as men, getting in tune with our strength, unlocking clarity of what you're capable of. And let's take the next 6 weeks, starting on July 12th, to commit to ourselves to start taking the steps towards where we say we want to be, to becoming who we are meant to be, doing the things that we want to do, and having the life and the relationships we want to have. So, click on the button below and you'll find the options to join me. Again, this isn't about your buddy's nice little get-together thing. This is really realistically 20 years of experience I have in helping others facing the biggest challenges. And right, whether you're in the deepest pit, right, you're in the darkness trying to climb out, and you want to just get into the light and have some freedom from some pain you're facing, or you're not maybe in too much pain, but life isn't very fulfilling, and you just want to take it to the next level. Either way, you have to rise, and the direction is up. So I go back to that time with the mountain against my head, and I recognize there was no real lion there. But our minds, our spirits are so powerful that if we experience it in our mind, it's as if it was real. I can look at a lion and I can feel its strength inside of me. I can look in your eyes and I can see a king. He may not be there yet, but he is inside, and I aim to unlock it. Join me, my friend.